Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Incipio DualPro case, also known as the Acrylic, for the Motorola DROID RAZR MAXX HD phone. You're more than welcome to check out the DualPro at any time over at its official website, which is located at www.incipio.com, and we encourage you to check it out at our own site as well, at daydeal.com. So we're going to go ahead and start things off by giving you the official dimensions straight from Incipio for the DualPro case, aka Acrylic. Let's just go ahead and start things off by reading them, shall we? The weight of the case is going to come in at 34.5 grams. Its length, 135.13 millimeters. Its width, 72.9 millimeters. Its depth is at 13.97 millimeters. This means that if you decide to use the DualPro case on your phone, you will be adding 3.23 millimeters to the length, 5 millimeters to the width, and 4.67 millimeters to the depth of the RAZR MAXX HD. So hopefully you find that information useful. Let's go and toss that aside and talk about the color options this case is available in. So the Acrylic case, or the DualPro, however you like to refer to it as, that is because the DualPro is the newer name, but they still use Acrylic on the packaging, which makes things very confusing. I digress. Nonetheless, the DualPro or the Acrylic case is available in only two color options. The one you see in front of us right there is black with black, and the rarer color is going to be this right here. This is black with the very bright, the very cool looking hot pink, okay? And that is it. So if you're hoping or waiting out for additional colors in the future, I have to unfortunately let you guys know that is going to be it for the RAZR MAXX HD, so just two colors. Now, all Acrylic or DualPro cases come with a vanity kit. This is Incipio's own little pet name for a screen protector kit, so that's going to show you what this is all about. Inside, you have a gray branded microfiber cleaning cloth. You flip it over, you have a branded applicator card with the Incipio.com website on there, as well as the screen protector itself for the RAZR MAXX HD phone, and that is it for the screen protector kit, aka vanity kit. So for those of you who are not familiar with the DualPro case, or for those of you who are not familiar with the name, the DualPro is the Acrylic. I know I'm repeating this like a broken record, but I need to make it known that it's just really confusing for new buyers, okay? If you see the box right here, it says Incipio Acrylic, okay? This is what you see at stores if it's available at your local store. It's also what some retailers refer to it as, but if you go into the Incipio.com website, it's referred to as the DualPro. So just realize that both of those names are for the same case. We are referring to the same case. They are not different. And I just wanted to get off my chest because it's really frustrating when I'm doing this video and looking for this stuff online. Nonetheless, it's still a great case. What it is that it is a dual layer cover for your RAZR MAXX HD. Let me go and take apart the layers and show you what they're all about. Layer number one is a silicone skin. Okay, this is the layer that's going to be going over your phone. Unfortunately, it is not meant to be used by itself. So for those of you who are curious, this is not a skin and cover combo where you can use the skin by itself and you can use the cover as an optional accessory. No, it doesn't work that way. This is rather loose fitting on the phone. It's meant that way on purpose, and it is just the initial layer of the case altogether. Now, layer number two is what you see right here. This is the polycarbonate shell. It has that lovely Incipio finish that we've come to know and love. It is lint resistant because, as you can see right there, even though there's lints right there, I can actually just flick it off and it is just as good as new, which is a nice design. I can also clean it off very easily. You know, you can run it underwater without any issues. And also, it is pretty slick to the touch, but it isn't a high gloss finish, so you don't have any of that nasty oil residue, residing on the case itself. You can see from these angled shots, nothing is discolored. And I do want to say that it's pretty easy to slide in and out of pockets if that is a concern of yours, because I know it is for most folks out there that leave comments on the YouTube channel. So that is it for the two layers of the Acrylic, aka DualPro. So let's go ahead and install this on our dummy version of the DROID RAZR MAXX HD phone right now, starting with the skin layer. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go and wrap it around the edges to make sure everything lines up. And once that is said and done, how I like applying the second layer is putting the phone face down and then applying the shell on top of that, because I think this makes a very even application, and that way all the little grooves line up correctly, so you don't get any of that weird misfits all around the edges, especially where the camera lens is, because that's usually a problem with other DualPro, aka Acrylic cases. So once everything is installed properly on the RAZR MAXX HD, this is how it all should look. So let's go ahead and give you a 360 tour right now, starting with the front of the phone. The lip created from the Acrylic or DualPro is very impressive, so much in fact that we can safely say if you rest your phone on its face like so, it is going to be highly elevated up and away from the surface you're resting it against. But more importantly, it does provide ample protection for the front of your phone should you happen to drop it. Obviously, it's not 100% guaranteed because there still is a lot of the front screen exposed, but chances are, as long as you drop it on a flat surface, that lip should easily catch the impact first, and you're going to be a-okay, and no damage to that expensive high-resolution screen on your DROID RAZR MAXX HD phone. Moving on to the top of the Silicrylic case, we have a very nice, large, tapered opening for the audio jack. This is a very nice attention to detail from Incipio, because as you can see from that little cutout right there, if you have a straight connector tip, you're a-okay, but if you have an angled connector tip, the ones that look like 7 or L's, you're going to be fine as well. As long as you run the wire along the back, you're good to go. It's going to sit flush, it's not going to be loose, and that is really cool. Now the bottom is covered up, but there's nothing on the bottom of the phone, so that is pretty self-explanatory. Let's go and move on to the side and show you the opening for the 2 ports right there, one for the micro USB, the other one for the micro HDMI, so that is all pretty self-explanatory. Moving on to the other side, we have 2 coverings, one for the volume up and down button, as well as one for the power key. These don't stick out that much, but the skin is pretty soft, and I'm not sure if you can kind of hear that on the microphone. I don't think you can. It still is pretty clicky to the touch, so you should be a-okay. The buttons should register without much effort. Also, I want to show you on the front of the phone, the microphone is, of course, located to the bottom right, and it is a little bit lower than this lip is shown, so they did cut that out appropriately, and I'm not sure you can see that, so people should still be able to hear you when you have the Incipio Silicrylic over your RAZR MAXX HD phone. Moving on to the back, let's go ahead and give you that tour right now with the Incipio logo. Nice and to the off, I guess you can say nicely done off to the side is the word I'm trying to get out of my brain. I couldn't squeeze it out. Moving on to the opening for the camera lens and the LED flash, there it is. Let's go and zoom in on that, as well as the opening for the speaker. And that is pretty much it, guys, for the Incipio Silicrylic DualPro case on the DROID RAZR MAXX HD. So let's go and move the black retail box back into view. Let's go and leave that front up for the hot pink version. Give our closing thoughts and comments on this. So as we mentioned in our Incipio Feather video, the one we made right before this one, there aren't that many brand name accessories out for the DROID RAZR MAXX HD phone right now, but since this is available, it's something that we consider to be a medium duty case. It's not going to protect it from those extreme conditions. In other words, if you're a person that likes to hike a lot, if you're a person that's a weekend backpacker, etc., etc., those type of conditions, you're going to probably have to wait for a case that's a little bit more rugged, a little bit more covering of the phone, because this is more of a urban dweller's case. It's good enough for daily occurrences that you would see in city life and office life, etc., stuff like that. If you happen to drop it from your lap, it's going to be fine. You happen to drop it on carpet, it's more than enough. If you happen to drop it on a hardwood floor, chances are everything's going to be a-okay. It's good enough for just routine daily life, but not good enough for extreme situations. And also, it's pretty thin for a dual layered case. Okay, you notice those dimensions that earlier that I listed in the video. They're not that bad. 3.2 millimeters to the length, 5 millimeters to the width may seem excessive, but it's not necessarily so when you actually feel it in person. And the depth is around 5 millimeters too. Pretty good stuff for a case of this size. We highly recommend it because there's not really much else to recommend at the moment. It is a little bit unfortunate, however, that there were a lack of color schemes for the Silicrylic or DualPro on the DROID RAZR MAXX HD, because you're looking at them right now, black or hot pink. You have to choose either or. There's no blue, yellow, green, gray, etc. Stuff that we've seen on other versions of the Silicrylic for other more popular phones. So check it out at the official website. It's incipio.com. Check it out at our own site as well at daydio.com. Follow us on our Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, as well as our Pinterest board. And thank you for watching as always, and we will see you guys next video review.